Hello everybody!
Hey,
Hi, I'm Dan.
I'm Irina.
So we are very glad to bring you guys to a fantastic trip to Franciacorta, Italy.
And to introduce you an amazing conference, EWBC, the European Wine Blogger Conference.
Okay, let's check it out.
Well, we had traveled all the way from Dino to Brescia, taking us 11 hours on bus.
And finally, we made it.
So look at this Roman antique city. Well, it rocks.
This year we have more than 200 participants from 36 countries, and the only reason which brings us together here is wine.
And most of the participants are from New World, USA, Canada, China. Therefore, the New World wine was definitely a popular topic during this conference.
I think the main thing is just it's a meeting point where lots of different people who have very different backgrounds come together with wine as the central purpose.
And we are really lucky to have Mr. George Taber, the famous wine reporter for 1976, The Judgment of Paris. And he's going to tell us his opinion about New World wine.
Well, I think the New World wines still offer a lot of value. Chile, Argentina, South Africa.
Yeah.
They have some really outstanding wines that can be selling for, $10, $15 a bottle.
Congratulations to the New World wines, and we are also happy to introduce you Cox brothers, the representatives on Chilean and New Zealand wines. They are definitely big supporters of George Taber.
Saying to the world, actually, we can make very high quality wines from many different grape varieties that can actually fill a very important place on modern wine lists and in people's homes.
Well, a lot of confidence from Cox brothers. Well, but do you think the people from Old World also share the same ideas? So Ingrid Salamon, a German wine professional, she's also a member of OIV. Well, let's see what she said.
I think the old world is still living to a certain extent in the past, whereas the new world, and I'm thinking of the United States in particular, are really ahead of marketing activities, whichever they are, whether that is blogging or social media or the more traditional marketing tools.
Well, in conclusion, they do believe that New World wine is superior to Old World wines in terms of values for money and communicational skills. Well, besides, actually, Cox brothers also give us a brand new definition for biodynamic wines, so which the Old World people might never ever heard of.
What exactly is biodynamic grape growing? That we're trying to recreate a vineyard and growing grapes in a way as if man had never set foot on this planet.
And as a wine lover, how do you think about prices of fine wines? Is it too high or is it just okay for you? Let's have a look what George Taber said about it.
Yeah.
I think too many wineries these days are pricing their wines away from what people can afford. A Chateau Lafite.
Yeah.
I mean, Chateau Lafite right now I think is costing about $2,000 to $3,000
Exactly.
a bottle.
Well, as what can say, I'm from China, but I know exactly how crazy we Chinese people about Chateau Lafite. But why a single bottle of wine is worth of thousands of euros? Because of tradition or heritage? But do you think the consumer really care about it?
The average consumer around the world in nearly every single market does not think too much about where the wine comes from or how it's been made. Most consumers are driven by price.
Wine is too cheap, but what I'm saying, and I think what we're both saying, is consumers will actually pay more for wine. People will spend more on wine if they're allowed to. And I think we need courage from wine producers around the world to actually put their prices up.
Nowadays, as the development of new technologies, well, if you only have an email address and a telephone number on your brochures, definitely you cannot do business anymore.
And what kind of communicational skills should we possess?
We need to use as many modern methods of marketing and communication as we can to give personality to wine and to make people make better choices. And to, I've said it before today, to get consumers to feel they can fall into wine and stay there discovering more and more different things every day.
About that, but all those big ones, they use a lot of TV channel as a way to communicate and make them aware. Of course, social media, blogging, Facebook, all those networks are quite supportive, and you don't need a lot of money to get to the surface. And the rest of it is word of mouth, the traditional, very important one when it comes to quality in the way you communicate with people.
Well, as we can say, being familiar with the new technology is really a prerequisite requirement for all the wine professionals.
Besides of that, what kind of qualities should we possess in order to succeed in wine business?
And we need young, new people to push back, to challenge, and to say there is a different way of selling or marketing or sometimes producing wine.
Openness in terms of dealing with different cultures. These kind of intercultural competencies are quite important to me. Language skill, knowledge about wine.
Yeah, sure.
And not just a superficial knowledge about wine, but really understanding of the product as such.
As a wine educator and the wine reporter, what's your role in the future of wine business?
So you should definitely encourage your consumers to have a better consumer habits and a better buying habit instead of just encourage them to become a wine snob.
And what I think is interesting is always just try to encourage people to have courage in their own beliefs in what they like, courage in their own understanding of their own tastes, and not just from being told that it's got 99 points from somebody they've never met.
It's responsible for us as producers and young graduates coming through like you guys to push back in the wine industry and to say, you know what, we need to be selling better stories to get consumers to understand they've got to spend more, and they then will do so.
At the very end of this conference, there is a British media asking me my impression about this EWBC. I used the 3 words: networking, storytelling, and of course, wines.
It was not only about business. We had a great wines, nice dinners, and visited the most prestigious sparkling wineries in Franciacorta. We all had a great time.
Okay guys, so can't wait to see you next year's EWBC, and
Let's meet in Turkey!